I use this for my podcast, my show, and so it's a dynamic mic, and so I forget I have to be like dead up on it so you don't get all. You understand?
Okay, okay, for sure.
Is that better for you right there?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. Yeah. So we've gone through some, looking at resumes and everything, and wanting to find someone local, Moni, and we obviously came across your information, um, and just we're wondering what your availability is. Paul can kind of explain what exactly it is that our need is for this film, but it is a western slash vampire movie. And it involves a lot of local talent from actors all the way through crew.
Oh,
So, but Paul, go ahead if you kind of want to give her. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for that beautiful introduction, Sean. That was wonderful.
Okay.
And it's nice to meet you, Mona.
Moni.
Am I pronouncing that right? Can you hear
Moni.
me okay?
Moni.
Moni.
hmm Nice
Okay.
to meet you as well.
Um, Let me see if I can actually enable my video. I think that'd be a little better. Well, give me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you see me, Moni?
Absolutely.
All right. Um, yeah. So yeah, we're doing an indie film. Has some pretty decent distribution already in place. It's a female-driven movie, so it's a Billy the Kid western, and our lead is uh, her name is Billy, just like Billie Eilish, right? So we're it's a kind of a romance western slash has a little bit of a vampire element in it, but we don't really play into it too hard. It's more of a western at heart. But
Okay.
yeah, there are some vampires. So there's some brief special effecty stuff that we would require. Um, and that kind of is like on the lines of like like two pin bite marks in somebody's neck with a little like blood trail,
Right.
making our vampires when they do turn, a little bit more menacing looking, maybe more of like a kind of shading complexion kind of a change. But there isn't too much of that, but there's a few scenes that are few and far between that we need a little bit more attention to detail, as far as the makeup effects. But overall, the sales companies basically said, they want our cast to be good looking. And so we have a lot of young cast members.
Okay.
uh, I'm going to be telling a lot of them to, when they show up to set, to come as camera ready as possible. They are young, so they all have pretty good complexions.
Right.
There's a lot of guys in it, so know if there's too much other than with them, maybe just kind of dirtying them up when necessary when they're in the the traversing the old west and things like that. I guess the main focus would be on our Billy the Kid character, and her name is Olivia Hasu. She is a bit of a mix. She's kind of looks has a Latino, like a Latina feel look
hmm
to her, and she's also Asian. So she has a pretty good, nice, complexion. But that's kind of what we're where she's bringing to the table. So I think with her, in my mind, I was gonna have her, and then this is something to kind of get your insight on. But I was just gonna tell her to show up to set, uh, with her own kind of natural makeup that she might use, and then we could elaborate on that a bit,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And that's actually been going on quite a bit now since the pandemic. That with films, they're saying come makeup ready, come camera ready, and
Mm.
then we'll boost it up the way we need to boost it up. But just basically have the foundation of everything laid down, um, and which is fine. which is fine. And the way I've been operating is one, everyone in my company is safe set certified for COVID.
Hmm.
So I know it's not the huge concern that it was, just a couple months ago, but we still find it important to be as safe about it as we can because there's so much we don't know about it. And so I usually will give actors that option because some of them are nervous and I want them to be
Sure.
comfortable and that not to be on their minds when they need to be in character. That should be the last thing that they have to worry about. And so if they want to bring their own brushes and makeup, we're cool with it because we're professionals and we can take CVS makeup and make it look like it's Hollywood makeup because we're
Hmm.
professionals. So, however, they want to feel comfortable with it. For continuity purposes, what I will usually do is work off of one palette so that we aren't scrambling back and forth all around. What was that look? What was that look? What was that look? Uh,
Hmm.
just getting to a point we want to make it as seamlessly as possible and as easy, less frustration because a lot of times the crew is cut down so low, that you may not have a scripty on set or anything like that.
Right.
So
Exactly.
we want to try and make this as easy as possible, and focus on the talent, the creativity, the outcome of it, and my team handle all that kind of stuff. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, and that sounds really good. With a lot of the actors, yeah, I think that's the design. We would have them come as camera ready as possible.
Hmm.
With Olivia, she's got a pretty. Do you do hair as well?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Actually, very good. Okay, I think that would probably be the main focus on her is just communicating. Hey, come to set nice and with your hair shampooed and washed. But I think there's some artistry to use and to really get a good hairstyle for her.
Okay. Do you have one in mind already? Will she be wearing a hat? What's the look kind of you're going for?
Yeah, some scenes she does wear a hat, and then the other scenes the hat's off. Um, so
I think
yeah,
with her, she has very long hair too. Just to interject with that, Paul. So we probably want to do something. I don't, put it up or those lines. I would think.
And I think from back in, are we setting it the time period in the actual time period where it would have been Billy the Kid, or is this futuristic kind of looking back? Or let me ask that part first.
yeah. So it is like 1870s. That's the time period we're kind of going for. But having said that, I do want her to look pretty, if that makes sense.
Hmm. What I would recommend, and you
Yeah,
guys tell me how you feel, it would be customary. She probably would have a braid. She probably would have a braid.
yeah. I think that sounds good. I think that actually would look good on her.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then there's two other females in the movie. They're not in it all the time. Like they're in a total of, I think of as like 4 days tops. But they're coming from a place of like made to kind of look and be dressed as like Victorian style, have a little bit of a European out of place
Okay.
ish vampire kind of a look to them.
Mm,
So with their hair, it's just it could be a little different, if that makes sense.
yes, it does. It does.
Okay. Yeah. But pretty much, with the guys, I think we would have them come. Maybe we do. We have a look that we kind of settle on them, and then we just kind of get them to come into to set, pretty much set on whatever look we set in place.
Right.
So they're real close to showing up on camera. But it is hot, so the concern is,
The sweating.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Filming
Um,
out.
I mean, whether hot or not, there's some guys who just sweat. You can have
Yeah.
hair on 20 and they're still
Right,
sweat.
right.
And there are products that I use to try and help lessen that as much as possible. I mean, with our weather outside, there's not a whole lot to totally take away 100% of the sweat, but so that it's not a faucet running. And then one of the other things that I will do, or I try to do, depending on continuity, what we need done, I'll use some alcohol based makeup if there's certain things that we know we want to see remain on them and not have sweat or them wiping it away. I mean, some things you
Okay.
want it to be that way because it's more realistic. Other things you're like, nope, we want that mark to stay right there. Um, because I haven't read the script, I don't know. But sometimes when there are birthmarks or scars or just anything very light, I'll go more alcohol based, so that the
Oh,
sweat doesn't break it down as fast.
well, that sounds good. And just on a note that I thought of is our cast is it's diverse.
Okay.
Um, and I love it. We have Olivia playing. She has a Latina slash Asian look, and we have another that's very much Latino man, and then white Caucasian, and then one of our leads is he has dreadlocks, and he's a fantastic actor. His name is Zion, local, but he does. I'm letting you know he has a. I like the look he has naturally. He comes with these dreads. I don't know if that's going to be an issue in the hot sun, but I do like the way he already has his hair
Right.
in these dreads. But I do want to let you know that because I don't know the mechanics of dreads. I've never had dreads, and I don't know what the upkeep on that is, but it looks fantastic on
Well, as long as they're his dreads and he's been wearing them day to day, he'll be
him.
fine.
Okay, okay,
He'll be fine.
okay, good.
He knows what the deal is. He knows what it feels like, because, and I say that because there are dreads you can add in to someone's head. So as long as they're his, he's had them, he should be good. If he starts whining about them, I'll ask him, how long have you had these dreads, sir?
Okay.
And some of the other things that I will do if you all aren't supplying them, because I always suggest to production, especially when we're filming here in the summer, are those cool towels
Mm,
that you can get from Big Five or Home Depot or whatever. Outside of that, if we go kind of the more inexpensive route, we take Bounty paper towel. We have a little cooler with ice water in it. You take it, you wring it out, and when you say cut or they come off scene, you put that on the back of their necks. I'll be honest, I walk around and put them on some of the camera guys and all that stuff too, because we don't want them passing out. And it feels remarkable. And I promise you, when I do it, they're going to think I'm the greatest thing in the world. And it's just paper towel with water. Nice. So it feels
nice.
good, but it feels good and helps to cool them down. So that's about kind of how we do that.
Okay, and then with Zion and a couple of the other females, there's moments just to go back to that where they're made to look like vampires. So we have a bunch of like fang kind of pre-adhesive things that you can almost do yourself, but just so you know, I do have those,
Okay.
and they would play in the movie. And some light blood sometimes when they've just fed, so there's like a little blood ripple
Hmm.
coming down from their mouth or something sometimes. Uh, I don't know, is that something that you feel like the blood effects and that kind of thing that you can handle on that?
I laugh because I'm known for the more realistic special effects in horror and gore. I study murder scenes and autopsies. So yes, sir, blood is fine.
All right, all right. Oh, very nice. Okay, good. All right, well that's cool. So we're starting to film really quick here. We're really looking for somebody to start pretty soon. Our July 12th is our work. Our cameras are up. We're gonna run like a 5 to 6 day work week, and then we're out on July 25th is our last day of production. Are you available within that time frame?
I am available.
Yeah,
We
good.
have no one has discussed budget or anything like that with me as of yet. And then the approximate total number of actors, so that I know if I need an assistant there or a second person or something like that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. I think the max on certain days, our max like main cast would be about 6 actors. That's the max that and that might last what 2-3 days,
Yeah,
4,
maybe
2.
4. I would say 4 to just be safe.
All right, so on our max days, we're looking at 4 actors, 6 actors for 4 days, and then it's just talking heads, 2 to 3 actors after that.
Okay. No
And
extras or anything like that.
there
Yeah, I
are.
would just
I'm
have
sorry.
the extras come camera ready, so I would not want them to be put through hair and makeup. They just
Okay.
come as is. We're shooting them.
Okay. Got
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what was the budget that you were or that you're working within for hair and makeup?
Yeah, so it would, if you're gonna do both, um what could you do both for? What would be the lowest you could do on that?
Well, I generally send it back to you as to just let me know what the budget is. and
Okay.
and I'm pretty fair.
Could you do like $300 a day?
And is that including the kit fee or no?
Um, well, uh,
There's
I
no
would.
wrong answer, just
Yeah, I would prefer not to that we. I would prefer it to include kit fee, and I would supply the as much as I could in helping out if you needed to get more materials like the
okay.
fangs and things like that.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
I think we hit on everything that's going to be in there in terms of the bite marks. There'll be some small gunshot wounds, but there's also we have a need for some vampire fingers, like with long nails. I think that's the only other major sort of thing that we have in there. So I think we could probably do. I don't know if we need to do like attachments, but just like Paul, it's completely up to you creatively, but like, at least like long fingernails and
yeah. I mean, maybe like if what we're open. This is I don't want to come off with a number that you don't feel comfortable with, and we lose you.
Right.
So,
Well,
if
no,
we're
we're not
looking
going
at like
to out
with
the
kit
gym.
and things like that, we,
Mhm.
including kit, like a $50 kit fee per day as well, maybe three
Okay.
fifty.
Okay. And then what I will do is because that I can work with that for me. Um, I am well. How do I say? Okay, I don't want to end up stuck in a makeup room and you meet me on set,
Mm.
and I will throw that back to you guys because I can't, of course, be in two places at one time, which I know you already know that. But how important or where is it more important for you for me to be on set
Well,
watching the monitor or in the makeup room?
yeah. So my vision would be we get the actors, and you're working out of an air conditioned RV, and when the actors come to set, you're working with them initially, and they're coming to you, and you might do the touch ups for the day, or get that base going, whatever you do on that. And then once that's done, uh, it would be good to have you, or at least maybe the RV close to set, to where any first look kind of a thing is. It would be good for you to kind of run in on first looks when we need it,
Okay.
and be a little closer. And then if we wrap for lunch, we're doing the touch ups again, doing that back in the RV.
Okay. So then no assistant. Is that what we're and I'm fine. I just want to make sure that you all are getting what you want and need. That's all.
Yeah. Do you have an assistant that you work with that's affordable, like that comes with you relatively cheap?
I have a whole team. I have a whole team. It just depends on the type of production it is. Um, because I can have my PA who then, if I'm in the trailer, they can be on set in order to run people back and forth, or I can have an actual assistant who can actually do. some of the makeup or touch ups or different things like that.
All
Um,
right, yeah, that actually might be valuable. I'd say let's include that person. Could they work for $100 a day?
yes.
Okay. All right, that works for me then.
Okay, and we're talking 10 to 12 hour days. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we run a pretty tight ship, just so you know. I've done a bunch of these independent movies, so it's advantageous for me to run and gun the shoots and get what we need. So of course, we do have a couple night shoots, and the night itself dictates our shooting schedule, because that some comes up, we're done. But just to confirm with you, I am aiming for like a 10-hour day. Maybe there are some days where a little bit more difficult that we have to push into 12,
Okay.
but that would pretty much be a cap. It's very rare that there's anything really compounded outside of that. And some days we might actually wrap early, to be honest. We've done this a lot, so there's a good workflow in place to minimize the hours on set and just a rock and roll kind of an attitude.
Okay. And so most of the shoot days are going to be during the day. Is that what I'm?
Yeah, we're actually kind of split at the moment. We're looking at it. We're confirming our schedule today. So end of day, we'll actually have our official shooting schedule.
Okay.
But it's looking like, what is it, bro?
Almost 50-50, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 days, 4 days.
4 days, 4 days, yeah.
4 days, 4 days. Okay.
So let me tell you what's on my schedule that um, either I'll have to tweak, or
I hate
if it works
days.
out to off days, beautiful. Um, I get a lot of my interns that then turn into assistants from the beauty schools. I go in and I do workshops there, and they're usually on Thursdays. Some are during the day, some are at night for 2 hours. And then I don't know if you know, I have a podcast that's usually Monday and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
That's awesome.
And then I do make myself available for that. If you ever want any PR for your movie once it comes out, by all means, you get that. You get it free because you already paid me, and it's just something I like doing. Um,
Yeah, that's fantastic.
yeah,
We'll talk more on that. But we have a sales
absolutely.
company. But yeah, in tandem with that, we could. That
Yeah,
sounds great.
because we also own a radio station, so we're pumping out to 150 countries.
Hmm.
So that is there. So I want to make sure that on days that we're shooting, either that I've set up something for the show, you know what I mean? Or either I'm going to just jump on live from my cell phone and do it. But I want to make sure schedule wise, kind of how that fits.
Yeah, I think that's great. If you can do it on location,
Absolutely.
then yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd even be open to leveraging that for your obviously you got the job you got to do in front of you, but do a couple sneak peeks or a little shine their phone out there, the camera, kind of show the set a little bit or something. I think we'd be okay with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Long as it's with your permission, I am 100%
Be
down for it.
careful
I'm
about
known
that.
for my behind the scenes. So absolutely. Um, and then for the days, for the Thursdays on with the school, I can text you, or actually let me look at my phone right now and I can tell you which ones are during the day and which ones are at night. And then you can let me know kind of how that will play out starting on the 12th. So the 15th, it's 10 a.m. to noon. On the 22nd is 6 p.m. to 8. And I think that would be, yeah, just those 2 days.
All right, yeah. If you want, wouldn't mind. Yeah. Well, or no, Bo's writing that down. That's okay.
Did you say it was Wednesday, Thursday?
No, just Thursdays.
Just Thursdays.
So the 15th and the 22nd, the 15th is during the day, 10 a.m. to noon. And the 22nd is in the evening, 6 p.m. to 8. And
All
it's
right.
there in Tulliston off 98th and McDowell, because I don't know where we're shooting.
Okay. Well, as we're looking at the schedule, that's a good note that we'll use to see if we can balance around that. But that's great that we
Okay.
got that before the shooting schedule set.
And for me, oh, what I was the where you got the Wednesday is my show is Monday and Wednesday.
Right.
That was yeah, Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m.
All right. Yeah. Looks like we're gonna lock the shooting schedule. By the end of the day, so in a couple hours. And yeah, uh, it sounds like this is good. I think this is gonna work out. If you feel good about it, I feel good about
I feel great about it, and especially anytime there's blood on scene, I feel extra.
it.
Who was it that referred me? Who gave you my name? I know that when Sean sent me the message, it said another filmmaker.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I may have got. Did I send you her number, Sean?
You're muted, Sean.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm muted there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's one of the names that you gave. Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So, oh, here, let me mute myself.
Um, so I was trying to find some people like makeup artists and things like that, and one of my buddies in LA recommended his cinematographer buddy, and I can't remember his name. When I get it, I'll let you know. But he recommended you.
Okay. I just like to send out thank yous afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
You always have other options, and I'm always happy when
That's
you
right.
Moni Loves Effects. Let me let you know. I'm very aware you have other options. So
Okay.
And then, Moni, could you send me your email address through the text, and then I'll add that as a contact, and I'll share your contact information with Paul and Bo, and then vice versa.
absolutely, no problem.
And then Bo, could you send her the script breakdown, because
Yeah.
there's makeup notes in there.
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
For your payment for payouts, is it daily, weekly?
On Fridays.
Okay. Do you need an invoice for me?
Yeah, I'll take one. And are you okay with a 1099?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'll send you paperwork as well on that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And an invoice is fine. That's perfect.
I mean, if you
Uh,
don't, that's fine. But I have no problem doing them if you need them for your records or anything.
yeah, as I have there is a payroll sheet that I have, and that's what I actually kind of like to use. So
Okay.
you don't really have to invoice as long as I have that. It's like a payroll time card.
Okay.
And then yeah, and I'll send you the W-9 crew memo, so you can just fill that out and send it back, and we have everything I need.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, cool.
And then on the crew memo, Moni, there's a place for rate. You can just put what was it, 350/day per day.
Okay. And then for my assistant, all of that just pays out to Moni Loves Effects, and then I pay my assistants. For
Oh,
pay.
okay.
Okay. All right. I'm
All
good
right.
here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
all.
you.
Thank you so much. I sent you my email, Sean, so you should have that. And
Perfect.
I'll look for, and then you'll send me after you finish everything. You'll send me the script and all that kind of good stuff, right?
Yeah, I think the breakdown is good to go. So we'll get that to you immediately, and then the schedule should be done hopefully by the end of the day today.
Okay. And then I'm gonna start looking at some things with the vampire fingers, and you're gonna get the fangs. And then I'll look and see the fingers deal and maybe send some pictures. Or if you all already have some pictures, even if from a storyboard or sketches, if you want to send them to me for kind of what you're thinking about in reference to that, then I can start kind of looking around and seeing
Okay.
what my build.
And then, so you're looking into those fingers, just so our main vampire villain is African American. So I don't know if that makes a difference in
That
terms
makes
of.
a difference. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And it's just the one person that's going to be wearing the fingers?
I think so, Paul. Or no, did we have another shot of that, Paul, with one of the females?
Do we have a Lyra or Cassidy?
We might have like a Lyra have a long finger moment.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's Caucasian.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So definitely send me any pictures that you have that you're kind of thinking about for the fingers. And then I'll start taking a look and I'll let you know if that's something I need you to purchase for me or not.
Okay, that sounds
fair?
good. Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
All right, awesome. Okay, well, you have a great rest of the day, and we'll email you.
All right. Thank you. You too. Thank
All
you.
right. Hey, Paul, I'm going to call you and both. I want to do a call for this real quick if you guys got a minute.
Sure.
not related to this, but awesome. Thank you,
All
Moni.
right. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
All right,
Thank
bye
you.
bye.
Well, she sounds awesome.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks. It's wonderful.